Welcome back to Pro League. We do have a 2-0 lead here for MVP over Samsung Galaxy Con, and I have to say, that was a pretty entertaining video, man.
Yeah, I actually really like those questions, Valdez. Especially like the part where they hit him in the head if he doesn't answer in English.
Yeah, that's my favorite part, actually.
It's kind of brutal, but at the same time, kind of satisfying.
Oh, it's great. I love the sound that it makes.
Uh-oh. I went for Jenny, guys.
What have you done?
Wolf didn't go for anyone. What is going on, Wolf?
How? We got to hit that guy in the head with the hammer, man.
That guy's getting a smack in the head when he gets back to Korea, man.
Someone in Atlanta, please give him a slap on the face just for not voting in these predictions today.
Lazy, lazy boy.
But I guess because you are the only person who did vote for Journey, why don't you go ahead and give your kind of explanation for that?
It's more about not how much faith I have in Journey. It's about how little faith I have in MarineKing's TVT in its current state. Yep. I'm truly hoping we see it stronger today, because in recent times it's been a little underwhelming. The loss that stuck in my head was his loss to Fantasy, where he kind of just actually fell apart visibly, where after Game 2, like, it felt like he didn't even want to be in Game 3.
Yeah,
it kind of felt
I remember that series
he just wanted to leave after 2 games, and I'm like, oh man, he's just not in the right place for this.
That was one of the most painful series to watch, actually, for me, because MarineKing just such a nice guy, but he does get emotional from time to time. He's a bit inconsistent as well, and sometimes the losses really get to him, like you were saying. I feel like, in my opinion, he'll do a little bit better in terms of getting his emotions under control for a best-of-1 here in Pro League.
Yeah, that is a good point. He comes into this one game with a good mindset and can kind of bring it through. We'll have to wait and see. He's up against Journey, originally on SKT, till about 4 months into last year, then left, and kind of just proceeded to stream a lot, chill out. Now he's back. Samsung Galaxy lost 1 game so far to Yoda in a TVT, but not giving away too much. It wasn't too much of a... wasn't a horrible game or anything like that. We'll have to wait and see what he's got planned today.
Just a guy like Armani, you know, we just have not seen much of him as of late in the booth, and we're going to have to see how he does today. But here we go into game number 3 between MarineKing and Journey. Up here in the top left on merry-go-round in the red for MVP, it is MarineKing.
And in the top right, we have Journey from Samsung.
That we do. Still waiting to see a bit more out of this player, whereas MarineKing, you were talking about his recent lack of success in TVT in individual leagues, as well in Pro League. I believe he did fall down to both Maru and Byung.
He is 0-3 in TVT and Pro League this season, my friend.
That's a rough stat, man. That's a rough stat.
Rough, brother. He also lost to Yoda in GSL in recent times, 1-2.
This guy's like only playing TVT and he's only losing at TVT.
He's having a rough time in this matchup for sure. He's definitely not looking as amazing as his TVP, for instance. What we saw in the Hot 6 Cup at the end of last year was really something special. He's just kind of just not doing too well. Hasn't really got a grasp on the matchup just yet. He kind of has his own ideas in this matchup, has his own sort of builds and his style, but nothing's really sticking yet.
Yeah. Well, we do have a gas first out of Journey as well as out of MarineKing just a bit later. Pretty quick gas, actually, out of Journey, to say the least.
Yep. Pretty common on this map to go for gas first. It's a very aggressive map, very open map, a lot of drops on this map. Just one of those maps, Valdez.
Just one of those maps?
Just one of those crazy maps. We'll have to wait and see exactly how it's all going to pan out there. These TVTs these days, man, they can get pretty explosive pretty quickly. Be over in an instant.
I've been loving TVT so much. It's pretty much my favorite matchup. I know a lot of people like to say that it is their favorite matchup just because even though it's a mirror matchup, like you said before, it could go either way. There's a huge variety of builds that you can use to your advantage. There's so many different ways to play the matchup as well. You know, some players like to go bio, some go mech. And it can really just be a really interesting matchup to watch.
I agree, but I think it was a better matchup maybe 2 or 3 years ago when it was kind of like Marine tank heavy, much more positional, much more macro oriented, and went to mid game a lot more often. Like, I feel like back then it was really fun to watch because it was just like massive concaves of Marines against Marines with tanks blowing everything apart. That was my style of TVT. I love to watch that stuff. These days it's just maybe a little too explosive, a little too early that things just end. I'm like, kind of a little disappointed sometimes.
Like, you don't really get to see builds really get totally fleshed out before the end of the game is what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I want to see some hardcore like macro TVTs like I guess you'd like see in Brood War or something, like some crazy like tank wars or something.
Like split the map in half.
Split the map, man, with tanks and turrets, and let's go mass BCs. Like,
that would be sick, man.
I want to see that one day, like we used to.
Well, both players doing a similar build here. Although we do have the starport coming out a bit faster from Journey, whereas MarineKing going for that CC.
Yeah, playing his greedy style. Looks like the Reaper's going to do some harassment. I don't know. I think it should actually take down the SCV, which is going to really delay it. Can he get away with that Reaper? Yes, he can. Nice move from the Samsung player.
Yeah, he's able to actually jump up there on the ledge. He's made 2 Reapers now, and he's got a Hellion out here. Actually, he controls that Watchtower, and now he's starting to take a really nice trade so far against MarineKing. Some nice micro coming in here. He's isolated that Reaper. He's able to take it down.
He's done a lot of damage. Already killed the Reaper. Almost killed the Hellion. It's on 22 HP. There's a Marine running for his life. I actually think we can see Journey cancel the CC.
Oh, he definitely could, man. Got to burst down that Marine, and now he's microing back that Reaper. Very nice micro here. Another second Hellion getting really low from MarineKing, and now the second SCV that was building that CC does go down as well, and it's going to be a while. Takes out the Hellion down there on the bottom of the ramp, and now SCVs are going down.
Yeah, we're seeing MarineKing fall apart already. He's going to lose another SCV. 4 SCVs go down. The Hellion from behind gets one shot.
Oh my god.
MarineKing is falling apart already.
What is happening, man? This is unbelievable. 7 SCVs going down.
Make that 8, Valdez.
All Journey was able to do, like, the reason this all started was because he took a really nice trade in the middle of the map, and MarineKing just, you know, he lost unit by unit, and Journey was able to get the slight advantage and get that momentum, and he's killed so many SCVs. You can see the look on MarineKing's face right now. He doesn't even want to be in this game anymore.
He's flustered, and he's going to be even more flustered when we see a Cloak Banshee stroll into the main base and kill even more SCVs, Valdez. Way too much damage already, and it's only going to get worse. 10 supply lead already for Journey. He is sitting sweet.
Yeah, man. MarineKing, he was able to make 1 Viking, but it's out on the map.
It's out of position.
It's not in the main. I believe he does not have a turret. I'm not even sure if he has an engineering bay. And with Cloak, that guy is going to get so much damage done.
Yeah, he does not have an engineering bay. He does not have
oh my god,
the energy for a scan. Here comes pure sadness.
Look at MarineKing's face right now. This is the story of this game, guys. He's going to try to land the Viking, but already Journey's got a nice set of Hellions up here, although he was able to lose that fight, actually, but the auto turret coming down.
This could be his chance to kind of make a comeback. 2 Hellions in the main, but oh no, 2 more pop out for Journey. Should be able to wipe this out without losing too much more. 5 SCVs.
Yeah, 5 SCVs, but I mean, in the meantime, look at this. Banshee's still in the main. He's not able to deal with that.
And that's essentially game, and there's absolutely no SCVs left. There's actually, there's like 9 in the natural, but the Banshee's making its way over there now.
Yeah, man, I hate to say it, but I think you're right about this. MarineKing just getting way too flustered. He gets slightly behind early on in the game, and Journey just holds strong, whereas MarineKing is just not able to handle the pressure.
Yeah, he's definitely having another one of these mental blocks in this matchup, unfortunately. It's going to be another very, very hard game for MarineKing to swallow.
Yeah. Well, he does have 3 Hellions here, trying to pick off some SCVs, but he's going to be forced to lift. MarineKing known for GGing out a bit late. You guys can see his main base. He's got no mining. He's got 5 SCVs.
Yeah, 5 SCVs.
I think those are at the natural. And
yes, they are. 3 at the natural, 3 in the main now. So horrible position for MarineKing. 27 SCVs for Journey, and I think it's just about Journey making the right amount of units and moving across the map. Valdez, and I don't think there's anything left that MarineKing can do. He's going to try for a Hellion drop. Not a bad idea in this situation.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Journey's Hellions are out of position, which is the one thing he can hope for.
Yeah, I feel like Journey may know this is coming. I mean, he already saw a lot of Hellions as well as a medevac, so he's saying, okay, maybe the one thing I can die to right now is a Hellion drop getting like 20 SCV kills, which is true. If he does not, react to it in time, he could possibly lose that. But, I mean, he's already got a Raven and 2 Vikings here waiting for a medevac to come in.
Yeah, they're actually looking for it now, and they find it instantly. MarineKing's just not getting a break in this game. Journey just playing way too solid, going to that mech style, making a lot of Hellions with his Vikings.
So MarineKing, he's got 5 Hellions in the main right now. 9 here for Journey. He's going to come right up the ramp in the front. He's even researching Blue Flame, but with this many Hellions, I don't think he's going to need it right now.
No, it doesn't even matter. He's actually going to ignore it completely. He's going to go for the fight instead. He just wants to end the game.
Yep. Can burst down Hellions pretty easily like this. Even goes for a scan first, just to make sure the Viking does land. But that's the last of MarineKing's units. Oh, you just have 4 more Hellions coming in here, but just way too many Hellions here for Journey.
MarineKing going for the Q drops, but instead, Journey choosing to deal with some SCVs. And from here, I mean, he can move more and more Hellions across the map, and there's little to nothing that MarineKing can do from here.
This mule is on patrol. This guy is like protesting about MarineKing still being in the game. He's got a sign. He's like, MarineKing, get out of this game right now.
Well, this is when you enjoy your win. You savor it because you know you've won to the point where you can patrol a mule at the bottom of the ramp. It actually buys some time for these Hellions to get in position as well, which is funny.
Wow. Raven now joining the fight.
We're actually just seeing Vikings land in front of everything. 3 turrets go down, and now the Hellions come up, and there's nothing that MarineKing can do.
Yep. Losing pretty much everything. Scanning the main base. MarineKing just scanning before he GG's out. And guys, I think we see MarineKing going down once again. GG.
That MarineKing GG timing once again. And looks like I got that prediction right, Valdez.
No, seriously, big props to you. Really got to hand it to you. That was a pretty good prediction. MarineKing just not looking good in this matchup at all. Journey, even though he doesn't really have a name to himself, these days he's able to take down a guy like MarineKing, who was, being a finalist in many tournaments back in the day, was looking to come back in League of Legends and start to make another name for himself. But nowadays, man, he's just having so much trouble. And I feel like his emotions and his lack of being able to control them is really what's getting to him.
Yep, that's right. Absolutely right, Valdez. Hopefully he can kind of rally from this there. I kind of feel like it's what we saw of MarineKing before he kind of left the scene for a while. He was in like a bit of a downward spiral, a bit of a slump. He's kind of suffering through that at the moment, just a little too emotional when it comes to the game.
Well, guys, we do see MarineKing, or rather MVP, the team, getting together. They've really got to pull it together, especially going into center versus Deer. Deer playing very, very nicely these days. Starting to come back into his zone. And center, another guy, one of these guys that we're seeing today that just has not had many results. He's 0-1 in TBT, and that's about it.
Yeah, very, very interesting to see how this this next match is going to be. I looked at this match, and I kind of thought to myself, like, who do you think would win this? I feel like Deer definitely has the advantage, but center is one of these players that we just haven't seen too much of. He's played a lot of online tournaments and cups recently, but it's not really the best kind of way to look at a player when it comes to like something like Pro League, where there's a great deal more pressure. You're playing for your team more than yourself.
100%, man. And Deer's been all over the place. He's won many tournaments as well. I mean, this guy, he's making a big comeback here in Korea as well. And even though today we've seen Armani do really well, Journey now getting a win, and I feel like center is going to play pretty well, I still have to hand this one to Deer.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I believe my predictions will reflect that as well, Valdez.
Mine as well.
I will be surprised if they do not.